Hey, what's up everyone? Happy Monday. It's Monday morning here in Merced. I'm at the Rascal Creek Professional Center. This is a 10-unit condominium project that we just put into escrow a couple of weeks ago. So today I'm walking the property. We're in the process of running all our inspections, getting financing secured and moving that forward. So today I'm just walking the property. You're invited to come along and take a look. So let's go. So we have this beautiful grassy area that butts right up against Rascal Creek. This is a great place to hang out if you work here. Nice place to take a break. What looks like used to be a planter of some sorts. Definitely an opportunity to add some value and put some nice plants in there. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm here at Dignity Health. You can see Mercy Medical Center right behind me here. You know, a lot of people that I've been talking to lately are concerned because there's a lot of uncertainty in the real estate market. So they're trying to make sense of what's happening. You know, so people are asking questions like, what happens if a second wave of coronavirus hits? You know, we have bank forbearances, and so what's gonna happen if and when banks take action on loans that are in default? And then also we have one of the most divisive elections ever coming up in a couple of months in November. And so a lot of people are uncertain because we're in uncharted territory. So one of the things that I do for my clients is help them make sense of what's going on and how to put together a plan to move forward with confidence. So, you know, some things you can control, some things you can't. So second wave of coronavirus, you can't stop that from happening, but what you can do is take steps to prepare. So if you're a tenant, maybe you're classified as essential or maybe you're non-essential. That's going to impact what the rest of the year looks like, right? So definitely think about that. And you can never over communicate with your landlord. If you're having issues and, you know, if you're non-essential and you're potentially going to have issues, if a second wave of coronavirus hits, you know, now is the time to start having a conversation with your landlord. You know, if you're a landlord, you're definitely going to want to have a conversation with your bank and really look at your tenant mix. You know, what kind of tenants do you have in place? Are they essential, non-essential? That's going to potentially change what the rest of the year looks like for you. That's going to have a huge impact on cash flows, the ability for tenants to pay rent. All of that's important. So if you're a landlord, you definitely want to look at your tenant mix, understand, you know, if you have businesses that are non-essential and a second wave of coronavirus hits, well, that could potentially impact your tenant's ability to pay rent. And we're coming out of a time where bank forbearance is ending. So the government has told banks not to take any action on property owners who are late with their payments. All right, so if you're a landlord and you're in a situation where your tenants aren't paying and you can't pay rent, you can never over communicate with your bank. So have a conversation with them, let them know where you're at and see what they're willing to do to work with you. And then also, if you're an investor and you're thinking about buying an investment, you know, one of the things that you're going to want to look at now more than ever is the tenant mix. What kind of tenants are in the building? Are they restaurants? Well, you know, if it's 100% restaurants, you may want to think twice about getting that, buying that investment, because what happens if another wave of coronavirus hits and they have to shut down and they can't make their payments? You know, right now in Merced, the office sector is doing really, really well. So If you're looking at an investment property and it's filled with 100% essential businesses that are occupying office space, that might be a much better investment for you than, a retail strip center that's filled with mostly non-essential businesses. And one of the recent announcements over the last couple of months was that the state of California set aside $15 million in the budget year over year to invest in a new medical school. It's a partnership between the University of California, Merced, and the University of San Francisco, Fresno. One of the problems that we have here in Merced and the Central Valley is there aren't enough doctors for the amount of people that live here. So the idea is California and the University of California are going to invest to create more doctors for the people here in Merced, with the idea that some of these doctors are going to graduate, they're going to have ties to the community, so they'll start their practice and stay here in the community. And, from a real estate standpoint, right now there's a shortfall. It's a very tight market for medical space. You're really lucky if you can find medical space close to the hospital. There's not a lot of medical space that has been built out. So what's going to happen is this medical school is going to create a factory of doctors who are going to need medical space. So the market's already tight. There's not a whole lot of medical space available. And when you have an influx of doctors looking for space in the near future, that's going to push the demand up. So what we're going to see is rents for office space is going to go up. People are going to be willing to pay a premium for medical space because there's not a lot of it available. And so that's great for rents if you're a landlord. That's great for property values if you own real estate. And so that's definitely something to consider if you're looking at investing in real estate or buying real estate here in Merced. That $15 million a year investment, that's going to dramatically impact the medical office space real estate market here in Merced, both now and in the short term, and definitely for the long term. So something to consider. I got to get out of the sun. I think it's like 90 degrees. I need some air conditioning. So I'm out of here.